Denver 7's on top of breaking news for you at 5. Good evening, I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Jacqueline Allen. Just within the last 10 minutes, Denver Fire and Police have confirmed what we all feared. They have found the body of a second person after a massive construction fire.
So that is now 2 bodies found there, and investigators say it's going to take some time before they can be identified.
The location of the 2 individuals were very close to one another. They weren't exactly next to one another, and if it wasn't for the help that we had with South Metro and West Metro and our cohorts in FEMA that actually provide the cadaver dogs that help us make a location, we would have struggled to be as quick as we were in making this very untimely or very difficult notification.
And Denver 7 has live team coverage all around that fire scene at the corner of 18th and Emerson in Denver's Uptown neighborhood.
We're going to start with Denver 7's Mark Stewart with the latest on the investigation. Mark?
And Shannon, this is a heavy-duty afternoon because, as you reported, Denver police and fire confirming the discovery of a second body at around 4:30 this afternoon. Again, outside, dogs were brought in to help with the search. Earlier today, we did talk to a Denver woman. Her husband is a construction worker. He is missing. As you will hear, she is struggling to stay strong.
He's a fighter. So, I mean, I'm hoping. Just hoping he's there.
Yvette Flores Prieto is desperate to hear from her husband, Roberto. She says he was on the job here at 18th and Emerson when this massive fire consumed this construction site.
Hospitals, they don't find him. I mean, he's not there. I've called various places. I just don't know where he is. I mean, I don't know if he jumped and maybe is in shock. He was probably wandering the streets. I don't know.
Yvette's pain is shared by many in our city, including this woman who works nearby.
And that one lady, I seen her on the news this morning. Her husband is missing, and that just broke me up.
Investigators say 1 person is dead and at least 1 person is missing. Neighbors hope even the simple things, like flowers, bring some comfort and peace.
They're our customers, they're our neighbors, they're working men just like everyone else. And they need to know that people appreciate the sacrifice that they've made.
Hard-working men and women, just like Yvette's husband.
He wears all the safety gear that he's supposed to be wearing. He's really strict on that, and he knows he has to because he has a family.
It is a difficult interview to hear. I do want to let you see what's going on right now. HEF still has a presence here, as well as Denver Fire. This is an operation that will be taking place all night. In fact, there has been concern all day that there still could be some hot spots within all of that wreckage back there. We should also point out that when the fire erupted, Denver Fire also used its hose to spray down some of the neighboring buildings. They wanted to create a barrier so that fire would not spread and do even more damage. We are live in Denver's Uptown tonight. Mark Stewart, Denver 7.
It's a tough day. All right, thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. And the images of construction workers climbing out of the building and jumping to save their lives just shows how fast and how intense this fire was. We talked with one man who was riding his bike in the area. He helped out those construction workers who jumped, but he says the others are the real heroes.
One of the last guys to jump out of the building was unable, the people on the ground were unable to get the ladder up to him. Ultimately, he ended up jumping, and the people underneath essentially tried to catch him. And the people underneath who caught him were also severely injured. Some of them may be in the hospital for all I know.
And we will have much more of this interview and the stories of heroism tonight on Denver 7 News at 10.
And investigators say one of the reasons this site went up so fast is because of the wood framing. And this is becoming common because it's so much cheaper than concrete or steel. And over the last year, we found that hundreds of apartments you see going up all the time in Denver are mostly wood construction. And experts say they don't foresee any changes, any restrictions on wood construction despite this fire.
I don't think it would be a good thing to sort of limit wood construction when there are so many positive attributes to wood.
Coming up on Denver 7 News at 6, Denver 7's Jennifer Kowaleski is looking more into these wood frame buildings and what can be done to make sure something like this doesn't happen again.